Okay, let's do a little audio check, make sure we're rolling for the live stream. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see who's going to join us for tonight. Okay. Hey, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great night. It is day before Christmas Christmas Eve, tomorrow night. I figured this would be a great time to jump in for our Saturday live stream. Appreciate those joining me live, and for those that are catching me on the replay, great to see you. My name is Paul Angeli, and I am a live action storyboard artist. And tonight we're gonna have some fun. On these Saturday nights, we usually do our jam sessions, and I pick a different film that draws inspiration, and we sort of thumbnail or storyboard off that particular idea or whatever. So tonight, I know it's not truly a Christmas movie; it's an action, thriller. The movie Die Hard, starring Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman, and it directed by John McTiernan. And we're going to be talking about that tonight and having some fun. And first of all, let me just go ahead and leave my information here for you real quick. You can check me out online. Let's go back over to that. So cool. And again, my name is Paul Angeli. I'm a live action storyboard artist. You can reach me at via email at mr.paulangeli@gmail.com. You can also check out my website, and I'll need to do a quick little update. I got a lot of new work to put up there, but check it out at www.paulangeli.com. You can check out my website there. And then other ways to get a hold of me also is here, via Instagram, and you can just search my name up, Paulangeli, or chime in and visit me over here on YouTube. So I appreciate everybody joining me tonight. Let's check the chat, see who's hanging out right now. I got my buddy JC, Jean-Claude, how are you doing? Hey, congratulations. I know you're currently working on a big project, so thanks for stopping by the live stream tonight. Good to see you, and happy holidays to you, my friend. And I know you're quite busy over the next so many weeks, but congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Anyway, so tonight we're going to be talking about Die Hard. I remember this film first came out in 1988, and for me, I remember this is one of those few movies. I don't know what happened. I just remember back in 1988. I don't know how many times I saw this movie in opening week. It floored me. I was a big fan of Bruce Willis, Sybil Shepherd, watching Moonlighting, and man, it blew my socks off going to the movie theater and seeing Bruce Willis at the time doing music, harmonica. Bruno, was his alter ego, and being able to see this television star from Moonlighting just go into stratospheric action star. And you had the at that time you had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Steven Seagal. All the current Carl Weathers. You had all sorts of great action heroes going on, and Bruce Willis coming into the fray with Die Hard in 1988. The film was directed by John McTiernan. And it sort of goes over the scenario of this movie. If you haven't seen it before, it goes over terrorists taking over the Nakatomi building. There's Bruce Willis played an off-duty officer coming out to the Los Angeles area to visit his estranged wife, who was played by Bonnie Bodilla. And it was a great movie in terms of them all being here are these terrorists taking over this building, and trying to rob the Nakatomi building, and here is this a New York police officer holding down the fort, and just the average Joe. And I think that's what was cool about this is it was an average Joe, just in a crazy circumstances. You had the with the actors in this, it's just a great set of actors in this movie. You had, like I said, he had Bruce Willis. This is his claim to fame. Going into action movies. He played, Officer John McClane. You had the infamous, unfortunately he's passed now, but Alan Rickman playing Hans Gruber. We probably all know him as Professor Snape from the Harry Potter series. Just absolutely, as he's, just a fantastic villain. The debonair, very intelligent villain. You had Alexander Godunov. I remember him from Witness, and he played one of Hans Gruber's henchmen. He had the longer blonde hair, but he also saw him in Witness playing one of the Amish, and in that particular movie with Harrison Ford. You had Reginald Vell Johnson. You saw him. I guess he was the father from the TV show with Urkel and stuff like that. You had William Atherton. He was sort of the bad guy in Ghostbusters too. And then you had Paul Gleason with the Don't Get the Horns from The Breakfast Club. So fantastic, stellar cast of people. They made the movie for around $35 million. Ended up making 140. It was just it's what you call the classic blockbuster back in 1988. The screenplay was written out by Jeb Stewart and Stephen E. D'Souza, and it actually, when they bought the rights, it was based on a 1979 novel by Roderick Thorpe called Nothing Lasts Forever. So I know there's a lot of interesting things to talk about and stuff with this particular film. It became a whole franchise of movies, in terms of a bunch of different movies that came starring Bruce Willis. And came out doing. I know Samuel Jackson was in one of them. One of them I just had to mention. It was fun. So Live Free, Die Hard came out in 2007. It was directed by Len Wiseman. I remember Len Wiseman. I go back to high school. I remember sitting over on my desk, and who was sitting next to me is Len Wiseman. When we were in art class back in high school. I think he was a year or a class underneath me or two or something like that. But it was absolutely fantastic. You know how close these different people are. But Len Wiseman, he's also the creator of the Underworld series and stuff. So he's had a nice long career in terms of film and television. So, but very cool. Just as a small world after all. You know what I mean? The people you run into and hang out and meet and those type of things too. So very cool. So anyways, tonight we're just gonna have some fun. I don't have anything planned. If you're well familiar with Die Hard, check it out. If you haven't seen it before, when we talk about film language and those type of things, there's a lot of great shots in this movie. Some stellar things, and here's some fantastic things. How do we take an average Joe and put him in crazy circumstances and end up on top? I know Bruce Willis at times in the past has mentioned, and saying, Die Hard is not a holiday movie, but the setting is, the Christmas time. Yeah, it is at a Christmas party at the Nakatomi building, and I just thought it'd be sort of fun tonight to play around, storyboard together, and curious to see what your versions would be of if you were the storyboard artist on this film, and sort of have fun with it. Let me check the chat one more time, and we'll get going. But again, I appreciate you all joining me tonight. Okay, so Jean-Claude, what's up, man? Yo, man, thanks, man. Yeah, no problem, JC. I'm really proud of you, man. Keep going, keep going. Takes a lot of work, man, and excited to see once you announce what projects you're working on or when they're all done and the films come out, man. Congratulations. Maria, hi, Paul. Happy holidays. So glad to catch you live. Hi, Maria. How you doing? Good to see you. I got a lot of friends out there joining in and here on the live stream. And I know a lot of people pop in throughout the live stream, check it out, and have some fun. And then a lot of you good friends out there watching this on the replay. I just wanted to first say happy holidays. I hope, Christmas is right around the corner. I know I got to work tomorrow and then get home and be with the family over the next couple days. But I wish you a fantastic holiday, and I know we'll have some live streams next week. We have 3 more planned But I just wanted to wish everybody, happy holidays, and hope you have a great new year. I hope 2024 brings you great success and health and well-being for you and your family. And for those that are working in storyboards and films, I hope 2024 is a great year for all of us. We've gone through a lot with strikes and everything else going on, and nice to see everything is sort of behind us as we push forward. But enjoy those holidays with your family and friends, and I appreciate you friends being with me here either live or on the replay. I know quite a few people can't come in at this time. I always unfortunately I just picked this time because it's the time everybody's to bed, and I sort of have my time and my own special time in my office to work and do stuff. And so I try to come to you consistently, so either if you catch me here live or catch me on the replay. But let's sort of warm up a little bit. Let me move my notes over here and sort of have some fun here. There's a lot of things. I did a couple sketches earlier today. I think I posted them up on Instagram, and I think I did it on YouTube too. And they're just having fun. And I always suggest, I know my buddy Andreas, who jumps onto these live streams, I always challenge you at home to take this material, shape it in your own format, the way your style. Use this as a jumping off point for you, and put it into your style, put it into your vision. I think it's really important to watch films. I think you learn a lot from different filmmakers. I know back in my long time ago in my college days, I did a lot of art history and film history courses, and I think it's really important to know your filmography, different directors to different cinematographers, to different ways that you shoot movies and stuff. Because here as a storyboard artist, and that's what I get so excited about storyboarding, is that you're the first person to work, get the actual locked shooting script. You're working off of those, whether it be a scene, a sequence, and get going. It takes a lot of work to put all those thoughts together, talk to the director, talk to your client, talk to the production whoever you're working with, and to put all these ideas through. But it's sort of exciting. I really enjoy the process of putting all those thoughts together, and sort of you're acting like the first director of the project. You're putting the first visuals, and once that team environment and working with a ton of other artists out there, whatever your discipline is, whether it be storyboarding, filmmaking, costume, stunt, special effects, practical effects, whatever, acting, whatever it might be, it's just great, because at the end of the day, we're all working together to bring the audience a piece of entertaining quality film or TV show or feature animation or serialized animation, and help the company make money with this too. So, I think it's super important, is all the aspects. It's not just one person putting it together, but what's cool about the storyboard artist is you're working hard with your, sometimes you're the only storyboard artist, other times you're working with a team, or you're all in different places, and you're all sort of working together for the same vision that you're trying to do. And you're here as a problem solver to solve problems and help out and think about, what can I do this and that. So I know there's a couple board artists out there that go and they storyboard movies. I know this one board artist right now is going through and storyboarding Raiders of the Lost Ark, because there's so much. We were talking about, like on Tuesday, the moving master shot, and Spielberg, absolutely fantastic at moving master shots. Scorsese did it in Goodfellas. Somebody like Robert Zemeckis, you see this moving master shot all the time, and it takes so much, time to learn those things. But it's learn your craft and be able to support it. So let's warm up a little bit, and then I'm going to start boarding here. In terms of what we're doing here, change my brush a little bit. I don't try to use any fancy brushes, I know I was talking to Ronnie on, I think it was on Tuesday, and she was asking, hey, are you, going to be doing traditional? I tend to, when I'm drawing and just putting down ideas, I tend to just have Sharpies, and as we're sort of, put this a little bit closer, got John McClane yelling out the window, welcome to the party, guys, I'm just using some simple stuff. I'm using, Well, nothing fancy. I open the window up and I'm just using Sharpies. You know, sometimes I have a bunch of fancy Copic. I got fancy pens and all sorts of stuff. I just want to take those notes down, and I think it's good to thumbnail those movies. We were talking about the one story artist that's goes through it. I think he did Terminator 2, and now he's working on, like I said, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And every shot, he's just doing a simple sketch drawing of all that. And I think it helps you with your knowledge. Some people, you know, can see it and remember it. Other people can draw it, a quick little rudimentary sketch and stuff. And, you know, I sort of challenge folks to do that too. When you're just chilling out and you're sketching and you're sitting there going, man, I don't know what to sketch, Paulie. Hey, help me out. What can I be sketching? Give me some prompts. I saw, just pull out a film, put the film on mute, and just start sketching those shots. You know, I always when I'm talking to people and stuff, and they're like, well, how do I get motivated? How do I do some of these things? I just say, well, watch your favorite movie, you know? Start with that. You don't need to go watch Akira Kurosawa, you know, and watch The Seven Samurai or other films or Star Wars or whatever you're watching, you know? Just pick out the favorite movie that you enjoyed, you know? If you enjoyed Jaws, you know, find out your favorite parts and sort of deconstruct it storyboard wise visually. I mean, obviously we don't do sound and stuff like that, but deconstruct it visually. And how did they put that together? Because it was a group of artists too, you know. It was a vision from the director. It was Spielberg, you know. You had a vision of how you're doing it. They were running into all sorts of troubles with the mechanical shark, and it ended up, don't show the shark, and made it a fantastic film with a lot of anticipation and a lot of subtext to it, because we never saw the shark until you finally, you know, Quint was getting eaten up by the shark, or you saw the fin pop up, or dragon barrels, and it made it even more intense and more dramatic in terms of what you're doing. So pick those favorite sequences that you like, that made you feel something inside your heart, your mind, got you amped up, or made you feel fear, or gave you a true feeling, and deconstruct that, and then sit there with your, you know, your sketchbook and just draw the sequences and have that mental memory. How did you get that? How did they get it? Was it sound? Was it the drawing? Was it the mood? Was it, you know, and take that into your storyboard. So have some fun with that, and curious what you come up with. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's do some sketching here. Yeah, I was talking about Ron, and Ron was asking, you know, I go back and forth. Maybe if people enjoy the digital or the traditional stuff, maybe I'll go and do some traditional stuff too. Let me just redraw some of the stuff. So I'm sort of, we were talking about men's faces and that type of stuff. Let's go here. Until the pen's not working. Try another file. Boy, I'm having some technical difficulty here. Come on, computer. There we go. Okay. And like we talked about before, there's a few different ways that we can draw. You know, sometimes I just think of those basic line shapes. You could do something like that if I'm drawing a head like that, just to warm up here, or if I'm just going to think about a silhouette. Of the head here, you have your ears here, neck, as we're looking. There's different ways to draw, and whatever works for you. And then sometimes what I'll do is I can lighten it up, add another layer, So if I'm working quick, I can just sit there and work in silhouette, and then come back in, then draw my lines. Or I can just draw them freehand, sort of how I'm doing right here. So if I was drawing, you know, Bruce Willis or something like that, I'd be like, I know it's not going to be Bruce Willis, but if I was going to draw the John McClane character, I just come in. Yeah, that on your t-shirt. Type of thing if I'm just drawing it. And this is where, you know, as a board artist, you know, it's like when you get that script, and let's just say I have that script, and I'm going to go read that script as much as I can. Sometimes I'll go and you know, pull up my questions that I'm going to ask the director or the client in terms of what I'm doing, and then I'll put together some quick thumbnails like I'm doing right now, and just like, and then I'll go do my research on reference and those type of things, so I'm right on point. Sometimes they want you to be right on, you know, right on point with the character, you know, whether it be the model sheet or whatever you're working on. Other times you sort of just give me the figures, show me what you're doing. Gray on the t-shirt. So that's one way to sort of warm up and draw. You know, he's not going to have a bulking superhero body. He's going to be sort of a little bit, I was just drawing John McClane here. Let's move this over a little bit. So if I was just drawing, he's going to have an everyday, he's not going to be all ripped up. He's going to be just sort of a average Joe guy. These are John McClane here. Just my version of it. I think one thing too is that John McClane, remember, he had his no shoes on. In terms of what you know, how he looks right there. type of thing here. Let's get his parents in there. A little bit thicker brush. Something like that. So you sort of got the idea here. If we're going to take this other drawing using the silhouette style, we can do the same type of thing over there and come back over here. Sort of thinking here. And so this would be the time you bust out some references and reference material of Bruce Willis. There's John McClane. That stubble. Appreciate everybody joining me and hanging out tonight, just sort of having fun with this. It's sort of that messy hair, you know. And you think about it as we're just talking character design or something like that. You have John McClane, and then you had Hans Gruber, excuse me, and Hans was the sophisticated villain, played by the infamous Alan Rickman. And so if you have one scruffy character, the other one would be debonair, you know what I mean? As we're drawing our version of John McClane and having some fun with it. So I hope you guys are having a good time. Join in again. If you're just joining me right now on the live stream, appreciate you joining in. My name is Paul Angeli. I'm a live action storyboard artist. And we're working tonight. We're having some fun. We were just doing some quick rough sketches and some warm-ups here on using the film Die Hard as our sort of jumping off point and having some fun working through that. We'll do some boarding based on this particular 1980 film. So let's take a stab at Hans Gruber. I didn't pull up any information, but we're just trying to, any reference material. I'm just sort of just playing with this type of scenario. So let's I'm just thinking Hans, and just remember you think about it, and you think about your shapes, you think about circles, triangles, rectangles, and you think of somebody like a Bruce Willis, you sort of rounder upper forehead on him, and you know, and I'm looking at it, and then sort of more squared off in his jaw and things like that for this particular design. Sort of a circle here and sort of a square here, a little bit of a triangle. You know, as we look at the ears, the neck, you know, as a cylinder, you know, it's sort of that type of thing. And if I'm looking at like Hans Gruber, you know, I might think of more of a triangle, something more pointy, sophisticated, you know. And let me just see here, so maybe he's just sort of thinking here of his head shape. Maybe it's longer in terms of what we're doing. Maybe sort of a little bit. So something like that. Then maybe let's see here. Maybe his hair is a little bit sophisticated. He's got the cheekbones, hair. He's got a suit. Just sort of thinking out loud. In terms of what we're doing here. Okay. And then what I would do, if I'm building that way in the silhouette, and then just drop down to that, the opacity. Let's see here, let's see what we come up with him. Let's give him more of a pointy, sophisticated nose. He had a mustache. Let's see here, Hans Gruber. Okay, maybe he had let's see. Something like that. A little bit more sophisticated. So building out our character here. Higher cheekbones. He always liked suits. Nice suit. Just thinking out loud. Just that sophisticated look. As we're having fun with this. You wouldn't have a solid tie, you'd have some sort of print. And he would wear some sort of button up. vest. Like a three-piece suit or something. He did a mustache and a beard. Has that sophistication, almost like a on top of it, he wouldn't just have a plain suit, he'd be a man of high fashion. Just sort of having fun with this as we're playing around and start boarding. Hans Gruber. Okay, just having some fun creating these sketches and stuff. So okay, so we have our two characters here. We have our John McClane and Hans Gruber sort of characters. We've sort of warmed up. Let me throw a quick save on this real quick. 23, John, this one, 2. Cool. So we got that going on. Okay, let's board. Have some fun. I'm going to take a drink. Any questions out there in YouTube land? If not, I'll keep going. I hope everybody's having a good time, and thanks for hanging out with me. Okay. Okay, so we talked about all these different characters here. So let's start boarding now. Let me grab all these layers. As we get into our future live streams, I'll start breaking out other software. We can start doing some different stuff. I tend to be using Photoshop a lot. Okay, practice sketches, cool. Oh. Get this down. Boy, time goes by quick when you're having fun. Okay, let's draw some picture frames here. Cool. When I'm thumbnailing or just coming up with rough stuff, this is what how I usually do on my paper here. Do one more set. I'll pose a question out there for folks watching, or folks watching on the replay. You can get back to me by posting something in the comments and stuff. Is do you storyboard off of films for practice? That'd be a good question out there for you folks. I know a lot of people do it. It's good. It builds up a lot of, you know, I think it depends on the movie or the movies you're watching. But a lot of people do a lot of, you know, if you look at films, everybody pushes the boundaries, you know, in terms of, you know, you look at something like Star Wars or whatever, you know, and you can see Kurosawa, you know, in that got George Lucas jazzed, you know. You see Hitchcock. You know, references and staging, blocking. Okay, so we sort of got our panels ready to go. And that's a quick and dirty way to do that. Done there. So how this is looking. Okay, let's get going. Let's draw. Okay, let's have some fun here. I'm just thinking where we should go and have some fun with this. I think I'm just going to kick off with a couple scenes and stuff like that, or just shots that I remember from the film, and just sort of have some fun with that. And we'll sort of, you know, go from there a little bit in terms of, you know, just thinking in terms of, there was a shot, I know, I thought that was pretty cool. And Reginald Johnson, I just thought it was a cool, you know, when you're studying and you're doing stuff, it makes it sort of fun to think of those shots. And I just remember a shot where the police officer was like, it really pushed the dramatic beat. Let me just here, let's draw that real quick. Okay, and so what ended up happening was there was a wall here, and you know we're talking our 3/4. Let me create this a little bit bigger so you see this. Let's sort of sketch this out a little bit. And the police officer was like walking down the hallway. So when we're thinking, for the police officer, he was walking. He was wearing a big, all we need is a badge on him to show that he was the police officer. We might be able to be here. He has his gun. He was just walking down hallway, maybe we give him a little bit more important. Keep him ready to go. Maybe he's the one that was eating all the Twinkies all the time. Love it. Maybe he was just walking. He's walking down a hallway. The hallway behind him. It's sort of a cool shot. So he had his pretty good perspective lens. He was walking down the hallway this way. I'm just thinking, and if we're talking lighting and that type of stuff, let's move that here, and then measure right here. And it was a cool shot because the way it was lit, it was like, it's framed in the shot like this. And then there was a bad guy. He was right about here. He was hiding out in the dark. As the policeman's walking down. I think it was like hiding up here somewhere. You could show that if you needed to, if you're using color for your boards, you can have the police car to show. You don't ever have to show too much of the police car. You just have that car right here. You know the lights are there. In terms of what was going on with that particular shot. And then the villain is right here, and what the villain had, it is. Villain had their gun. Right in here. Just in silhouette. something like that, or it was smaller. There's one thing about storyboarding, and you can go and thumbnail these things out like we're sort of doing right now. And then go get your reference, and then go complete your panel, your shot. All it was a figure was here, and nothing. You just do something like that. It doesn't need to be fancy. You're just trying to block it out and go. Like I see a lot with a lot of storyboarders, we see the final stuff and go, oh my goodness gracious, it's so good. And I love good boards too, but when you're roughing out and you're planning, I was talking to a lot of other board artists, and it's like this is all the thinking process. If you're putting together a shot and you're reading a script, and the script is saying to you, and you're reading it, it's saying, Nakatomi building, night, dark corridor, officer, is coming to check to make sure all is good in the hallway, police car in the distance, lights flickering, villain in foreground, with handgun in hand, and it's like, you're coming up with all these things, and we do all this work as a board artist, and you come back and you put all this work into it, and most people don't get to see this portion, all the thinking work, until we just sort of see the final fancy storyboard shot from the art of books, or those type of things, and it's almost like a comic book in a sense, that way. But when you're thinking about all these things, this is where, like a thumbnail, if I was reading the script and this had this shot in mind and had it in my sequence, and I'd be pitching it to the director, as we go through each of these shots, each frame, and just get the approvals on that. Do you feel the intenseness? There's I know a lot of teachers out there that teach too. If you can do a single shot to tell a story, you want every shot to count. You want you think about all the time, money of setup and lighting and rigging and everything, and in terms of all that goes into a sequence, and you want to make sure that every shot you're laying down in your storyboard shots is like that that's going to tell a story. So there's a lot of, if you look at this shot, there's a lot of storyboarding. You have a police officer, not necessarily holding up his guns, but sort of ready, protective, looking around, and then you have this villain up in the foreground, and we can have some fun with it too, so it doesn't quite tell the audience everything either. So I can go and, let's see how we got this right here on this shot here. Let me just duplicate this real quick to have some fun with it. And then I can go and just put some sort of blur on it or something. That there's somebody there. We don't know who it is, but there's somebody right there in the foreground, if that makes sense. So, very cool. Appreciate everybody joining me tonight, having a good time, and I hope you're having a good time too, listening in and hanging out and storyboarding. So, let's get back to it too. As we're going, let's get another shot going on here. Keeping it sort of simple there. Let's see if there's something else we can think of. I think It's a rather infamous scene. I'm always a lot when you're boarding and stuff. I'll just throw this up there too. Is just thinking about that rule of thirds in terms of your eye picking those things for composition and drawing. So let me put this on the light so we got an idea of that. As we're learning together and just sort of having fun, and I always think about Bruce Willis sort of changing it. I'm sort of sketching here. So we have that background on it. Just thinking out loud real quick. So I love this shot. This is a fun shot. It's like when Bruce Willis is yelling out to Reginald Johnson's character. He's like, "Welcome to the party, man." He threw a body out the window, one of the villains out the window. His gun out. Just great shot. And then you had all the shards of glass. They had just tossed the body out the window. We think about this shot, and it's like, okay, we put it right there, right in that rule of thirds, so your eyes pointing over to that character. As we're having fun with this particular shot. There's a broken glass. Add some tone to this. There's quite a few board artists out there that are just absolutely phenomenal, and they use light to point the viewer to where you should be looking. And we've talked about this before. In terms of shots and sort of, you know, we're focusing the eye to the Bruce Willis character here. Yeah, great shot here. Now we zoom out of this shot a little bit. It was like just a great shot. Welcome to the party. Pal. I'm just having some fun with it. So I'll take a sip here. Hope everybody's having a good time and we're having some fun and some laughs together. Again, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight as we're sort of having some fun, drawing some thumbnail boards, just using it as a jumping off point of the movie Die Hard that came out in 1988. directed by John McTiernan, starring Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, and a fantastic cast. Great ensemble cast of talented actors, great filmmaking, a great movie to watch for action sequences. This particular film made Bruce Willis an action star. From funny man to action star, everyday Joe, becoming an action hero as much as Rambo or Schwarzenegger, in their various different films. And you've probably seen him in the Expendable movies and stuff. So, but what a talent in terms of what he's done in the past for his films. Okay, let's continue drawing here. I'm gonna get some Hans Gruber in there too. Sort of having fun here. Okay, so let's have some fun with real quick with our buddy Hans Gruber. Okay, so another good shot. As I like hair and sort of Bruce Willis's character is just sort of here. This was a cool shot. As we're studying a little bit. Straighten this up just a tad bit. When I'm working quick and just working things out, these are just notes for myself. As I'm working. Or sometimes stuck on a sequence or something and just looking for something fresh. I'll come back and look at other films, get some inspiration, and do my own version of that particular shot or whatever it is. was something like that. We're just working quick through these shots. Under t-shirt. Her hair was tired and ragged. Tired, ragged. So I'm bleeding. Draw a little bit quicker here. Just having fun with this. I'm going to assume next shot was something like this, whereas then we think of that rule of thirds, we have our focus. Bobby Bonilla's character. So Hans Gruber, I believe, has his hand. Bobby Bonilla's character. And Hans Gruber. This is gun to her. Here. And from there, Hans Gruber. It's sort of like, what is that thing cowboys say? And sort of have him, it's sort of like a shot sort of looks like this, so it's like it's pointing to him, Hans Gruber. There's the Bonilla character, something like this. He's holding her. He's just la la la, you know, talking with his hands. It's like, what did you cowboys? Sort of pompous. Something like that, you know, in terms of what you're thinking. That nice arrogance to him as he was acting that character. I'll take a sip of my drink here. Excited to see what your folks' storyboards or your roughs look like, and having fun with this. Let's see here. You had that. Get over there. Black and West. Sure looks something like that. Cufflinks. His wife is Okay, I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? So I'm not talking all the time. I'm just sort of thinking under on. A lot of folks like listening while they're working and stuff. And we're using that it was like this, and he sort of, I'm just going to put a little action line in there just to show it's sort of like that type of thing with his gun as he was talking to John McClane. You know, so we're looking at this. We have some fun shots we've created. If you're just joining us or catching us in this part of the live stream, we're having some fun tonight. We're just sort of jam session, drawing some frames, some shots off the film Die Hard, and just having some fun with it. You know, this film came out, I remember it came out in 1988. Fantastic film. I just remember just at the movie theater, just nonstop. I think I don't know how many times. I had to have seen it like at least 4 or 5 times on opening week. It's one of the few movies that I've ever. I think I just like I was so excited to see it on the first one. I was so excited I brought friends to each showing, and went and had a fun time with that movie. So and anytime it's on, I'm always watching it all the time. So it's sort of fun. The sequences and everything sits in the back of my head, and my youngest son, he's a high schooler. He's almost a senior this year. It's just and he got into all Bruce Willis movies, and Die Hard was one of his favorites. I think the Die Hard poster is sitting in his room right now on the wall, and just a fun movie. So I guess I watched it too much. He was watching it too. So anytime I catch, it's one of those few movies that you see if you catch a part of it, got to watch the whole thing. There's a few of on my list of films. If I just see a piece of it, I always got to jump on and watch that film. So anyway, okay, let's continue on to a few more shots here and call it a night. So this is an infamous shot. Welcome to the party, pal. After he throws one of the henchmen's body out the window, and it lands on the police officer's car. And this sort of sequence happens towards the end of the movie. Bruce Willis has got his hands behind his head. Hans Gruber is going to win. He's got his wife, at gunpoint, and he's talking to John McClane. You know, what is that thing that you cowboys always say? You know, and what is it? Yippee. You know, Kaye. You know, so or something like that, and. You know, and then Bruce Willis's character just sits there and just starts busting up laughing. It's almost this. Let me get this shot again. A little bit further away. Where did I put this one real quick? Yeah, let's just draw it again. It's very simple that way. Or we can come up a little bit closer and then do it. Let's do it like that. Let's do something. Maybe, you know, we're looking at the Hans Gruber kind of a drawing. And maybe he's a little bit closer up. Put some black in there. That long face as talking to Bruce Willis's character. He thinks he has the upper hand. It's just sort of that sort of thing. I like that. I forget what the line was. I forgot what he said. What was that cowboy as he's moving around his gun? What was that cowboy saying? Or that saying you cowboys always say? Yippee-ki-yay. Yippee-ki-yay. Or you can start it in the shot before that, you know, it's like, what's that cowboy song? Yippee-ki-yay. There's some bad words to it too, but I won't say that here. And then, and it's the same sort of shot where, this down a little bit. He still has thumbs up. He started laughing. Appreciate those of you that are hanging with me and just sort of as I'm drawing here. Appreciate you. As we're drawing and sketching together. You can learn a lot from films and watching how they're made. He's laughing. Ha 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 ha. I think it'll be interesting. He's laughing, and then go back to this shot. Oops. Let's grab this shot real quick. Put that one right here. Down. Okay, put that back up again. They're both laughing. Ha 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 ha. And the villain thinks he has the upper hand. And then, let me think here. I believe next shot. It's like it was here. So maybe like a something like this. I think this is a fantastic shot because it had, let's see here. Something like this. I'm just trying to. Oops. So in a sense, the way it sort of works, let me see if I enlarge this a little bit. Oops. Scale this guy just a tad bit up. Oops. Good. So there's a layer in there. Cool beans. So this is the back of Bruce Willis's head. John McClane. Pull this. Okay, what's sort of cool about this shot? Later in here. Is that it showed Hans Gruber's. Hans Gruber there with the wife. Something like that. And then that shot. Tilted up. And when it did, it revealed revealed a gun taped to his back. Make sure that it is taped on his back. A bunch of Christmas paper. And tape. The gun is taped to his back. There's the camera. One up. That, good. I'm about ready to cut it too, JC. So again, I appreciate everybody joining me tonight. I'll probably do a couple more shots and then call it a night. But Jean-Claude, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Appreciate have a fellow storyboard artist out there, pro out there hanging out with me. I'm going to catch some Z's. Merry Christmas to you and your family, buddy. Cheers. Same to you. All my best to you, JC. And everybody out there, happy holidays, have a blessed Christmas, and you know, may 2024 be a fantastic year for all of you. Have a good night, JC. Have a good night. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more shots, and I'm going to call it a day because I get a few hours of sleep and have to be back to work early in the morning. So let me put a quick save. Okay, so this one's been doing pretty good. Having some fun with it. And then let me grab this real quick. I'll do a couple more quickie thumbnails and call it. Cool. Tung Tung. Hello. First time on live. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Appreciate you joining in. I'm quickly trying to grab all this real quick. I'll do a couple more shots and I'm going to call it a night. So I am getting bushed. I had a long day at work today, and time to get some shut-eye soon. I'll have to rewatch this movie again. See how close my shots are from memory. So Tung Tung asked a good question. Let me open this up a little bit. So Tung Tung said, first time on live, Merry Christmas yourself to you. When doing jamming session like this, do you base your knowledge on the film or do you have a script on the side? I don't have anything here with me. I'm just sort of you know, once in a while I'll think about, I'll see the film prior to have it hosted in the live stream, and maybe I'll do a couple thumbnails or something. I might be working off that just to remind myself of a shot or something like that. But I pretty much just sort of go on the fly. I'm trying to remember the sequence in my memory on this particular one. I'll have to go back and see how close I am in terms of the shots that I'm doing, and I don't remember the setting or the staging or the blocking, but just roughly how the story went. And I sort of have fun. I don't know. It all depends on you guys. If you want something a little bit more formal, if you want to check out. It's a Mastering the Basics series. I go from script to animatic, and so I go from a script to a shot list, to thumbnailing, to roughs, to final boards, to the final animatic, and I can go over that you can watch that series on the Storyboarding, Mastering the Basics playlist on my channel. So check it out if you get a chance. It's pretty cool. It'll give you some basic stuff there. Let me get a couple more shots. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope everyone has some happy holidays. Same to you, Maria. I really appreciate you joining in. Nice to have you on the live stream. I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out. So you have a beautiful Christmas for yourself and your family and friends. Enjoy, and really enjoy. I'm going to do a couple more quick shots here because let's see if we can get Hans Gruber shot real quick. And then call it a night. But happy holidays. Have a great day. Appreciate you joining in, Maria. Thank you so much. So let's turn that off real quick. Oh, I grabbed everything on this one. I think what I'll do is just leave it like that. Get in there. Pen here. Let's go like this. We'll do a few more. Just do them by hand real quick. Card. So I need to get some shit out of myself. Okay. Okay, let's do a few more. Let's pop these all together. Get this up in the way. Okay, so we had that shot there. And then I'm just thinking, I think, let's see here. I draw these really simple and quick, so I think we get the face. Bruce Willis is doing It's just like real quick, and there's something like this where he's just laughing like crazy. And I think his wife she's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Huh? Yeah, like, John, have you lost a screw loose? And then it's sort of like, as we're boarding here, let's move this up a little bit. He's sort of laughing, and she's like, "What's wrong, John?" And then it goes up to Hans Gruber, something like that. He's gonna kill John McClane. His wife is right there as he's holding her. Pulls his gun down. Tells his wife. Trying to remember. Okay, so this is tells his wife to duck. Look at the body language. He pulls his chest out. This is his wife. That's wrong. So he does, he pulls his gun to shoot. Hans Gruber. Bam. Bam. Something like that. And we sort of get something like, I don't know if I'm too soon there, but he's yeah, and the wife was here. He had his wife. Something like that. Hans Gruber. He's sort of hunched over. Sort of shocked. He just got shot. Bam. Something like that. And then Bruce Willis. John McClane character. Just shot him. Oh, the guy is still smoking. He blows up. Does something like this. Here's the last shot of the night. Cool film. Cool film. Okay. Okay, that's a great place to end it. Have a nice. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed our live session tonight. We went a little longer. You know, put those reps in there tonight and having some fun. Again, we had fun with the 1988 film Die Hard, directed by John McTiernan and starring Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, and Bonnie Bonilla. You know, just all sorts of fantastic stars. Great movie. You know, I always joke around. I know I saw Bruce Willis. You know, Die Hard's not a holiday movie, but it all takes place during the holidays. But again, I appreciate all of you watching tonight here on the live stream and you know, taking part. And if you're watching this on the replay, thanks for watching it. Thanks for watching the live stream again. Really appreciate you. If you enjoyed what you watched tonight, please feel free to subscribe so you don't miss you know, the next video popping up next week. So it gives you that, click that notification button, the bell to hit that notification button so you get reminded every time I have a live stream ready to go. I try to post so it gives everybody plenty of time to know that there's a live stream. But again, thanks for joining. Please subscribe. I will see you in the next live stream next week after Christmas. But until then, have a beautiful Christmas with your friends and family, and may you have a healthy and productive and successful new year. Again, my name is Paul Angeli. I'm a live action storyboard artist. I'll leave you my data points here if you'd like to get in touch. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.